sake of not having the computer audio. So, okay. Well, let's see if I can't see everybody. It's just me. What do I need to do to get everybody's picture on the screen?
Just on view, you can select different view on top right corner.
It says leave meeting.
Okay.
I'm going to say
Gallery,
okay and
gallery
see.
view should be.
There we go. I hit okay. Speaker gallery. There we go.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, hello, everybody. Good to see you. I had a swell time at Diamond Mountain. That was a lot of fun. Good to see and meet so many new people. I've never been offered so many glasses of water in my life. And now most of you know I prefer iced coffee. So if all else fails, we've cleared that mystery up. And now you know more about the water system than you ever wanted to know. So I think that's good. Okay, let's get started. Let's offer the mandala. So please make the mandala mudra. Here is the great earth filled with the smell of incense, covered with a blanket of flowers. The great mountain, the four continents, wearing a jewel of the sun and the moon. In my mind, I make them the paradise of a Buddha and offer it all to you. By this deed, may every living being experience the pure world. Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayame. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, compassion, knowledge, and strength, the Dharma, the enlightened side of truth, and the Sangha, the community of realized beings. From the virtuous merit I create from the practice of giving with the understanding of emptiness, moral discipline with the understanding of emptiness, patience with the understanding of emptiness, joyous ever with the understanding of emptiness, concentration, wisdom, may I attain the state of a Buddha for the benefit of all living beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, compassion, knowledge, and strength, the Dharma, the enlightened side of truth, and the Sangha, the community of realized beings. From the virtuous merit I create from the practice of giving with the understanding of emptiness, moral discipline with the understanding of emptiness, patience with the understanding of emptiness, joyous ever with the understanding of emptiness, concentration and wisdom, may I attain the state of a Buddha for the benefit of all living beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, compassion, knowledge, and strength, to the Dharma, the enlightened side of truth, and to the Sangha, the community of realized beings. From the virtuous merit I create from the practice of the perfection of wisdom, the practice of the perfection of giving, practice of the perfection of moral discipline, practice of the perfection of patience, practice of the perfection of joyous effort, concentration, and wisdom, I will attain the state of a Buddha for the benefit of all living beings. Okay. Let's do a little rejoicing. Who's up first? Natalia, you're up on the top left of my screen, so that's where I traditionally start. What do you have to rejoice about?
I had the pleasure to be at the Diamond Mountain for the LamRim during the past 10 days to a week, 2 weeks, and it was fantastic. I had the pleasure to meet you again, to see you and Mama Serani and so many wonderful people, and offer you some water. I didn't make it. I didn't make the iced tea for you, but it was fantastic.
Good, good. I had a very good time, and I appreciate everybody taking such good care of me. That means a lot to me.
I have a story. On the way back in the airplane, the plane was delayed. The plane to Dallas was delayed about an hour. And when we were landing in Dallas, there were people who had very short connection time. And as always, the stewardess said, can you, whoever is, Dallas is for them the final destination, or they have more than 1 hour connection, can they remain seated to let other people go? And usually nobody stays, just everybody goes. And this time they stayed, and I was so happy that people were sitting down and allowing the others to pass. And even the stewardess noticed it, and she announced, "I've never seen this happen before."
Wow, that's great. They get your presence on the airplane made that happen. So thank you. On the behalf of everybody that made their connection, thank you. And now in the future, when you're rushed to do anything, whether it be on an airplane, in traffic, trying to get into a meeting or a class on time, you'll have some powerful karma ripen for you. So that's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Okay, Jackie, you're next.
Hello, dearest friends. Thank you, dear Lama Sumati. Deeply appreciate to all those angels that were supporting the Diamond Mountain retreat. And it was so precious to be able to step inside the temple and to see just the mingling and the joy, and also deeply special time when we could actually join in and see the party and be connected with the energy and the love in the room and just the joy in the music. So thank you to everyone that was sharing this footage for us across the world to still stay connected with you and be with you in this beautiful retreat together and living different time zones. Thank you so much, Francesco, and all the angels. LA.
I think part and parcel of that is thank the people who invented Zoom, because without Zoom we couldn't do this. And so even though I don't like mass multimedia or social media, I realize that there's some good in social media, and that's being able to not only broadcast it, but to have people understand how to use the software. So, and I agree, Jackie, it was nice to be able to send this out to the world. Someday we'll get you here to Diamond Mountain, Jackie, one of these days. I'm not sure how we're going to do it, but we'll figure something out. Maybe we need to put you into we need to take a picture of you and send it as a JPEG to me, and then I'll somehow figure out how to take the picture and make you into a living being. I'm kidding, I can't do that, but I'll 3D print you. That's what I'll do. Okay. Katya and Sheila. Katya, what do you have to rejoice about?
Hello, my rejoice is that I met you in person and I felt your love, and that's awesome. And also I rejoice that I have the opportunity to help with the camera in the retreat, and it was really a good experience. So I can see all faces smiling, and it was really, really nice.
And watching me fall asleep.
Yes, also.
You're supposed to cut that out of the film.
Yes, and also I rejoice that I saw how many fans you have.
Oh. Well, I don't know about that. They like my wife. I'm just secondary.
No,
But that's okay. That's okay. I can handle that. Well, I'm glad you had fun, and thank you for manning. So now you're going to be manning the cameras more often, maybe.
yeah, maybe, yes.
Excellent. Okay, Sheila, what do you have to rejoice about?
I also rejoice that I saw you in person, and I can have the opportunity to give you a big embrace, hug, and that was beautiful. And we can took a picture with you and Lama Sarani that is also beautiful, and I can remember you by seeing the picture a lot of times, and I'm very happy because of that, and that I can be near of you in the symposiums, and I can show you that you share us what the beautiful work that you made to put water in Diamond Mountain, and that's why you have a lot of offers of water. So That was beautiful also.
Very good. I had not put that together. That's very good.
Uh-huh,
Very
uh-huh.
good.
And that's my rejoice. I'm very happy. And
Would you send me a picture, the copy of the picture of all of us?
Yes.
I don't have that. I
Of
need to
course,
print that and put it on my altar.
yes. Of course, of course.
Okay, Svetlana, what do you have to rejoice in?
Oh, I'd like to rejoice that I woke up when I heard, oh, English channel. Yeah. I'd like to rejoice that maybe some purification made, and I woke up when I heard voice of Ali. So I'm very sorry that I opened the Zoom and then slept, fall asleep, and then I heard voice of Ali and woke up. So
Well, I can't think of a nicer voice to wake up to than LA. So very good. Okay, Allah, what do you have to rejoice in?
Здравствуйте. Ну, у меня есть что я
hello. I would like to rejoice that I'm alive, I live, that I understand the emptiness of things, more or less, and it's a lot,
что я участвую сейчас в этом уроке,
that I take part in this class,
что у меня есть возможность
that I have an opportunity to train my consciousness,
что у меня есть возможность
and that I have an opportunity to turn any my problem, turn it into an opportunity. And that is what I'm doing. And today my mom was taken to psychiatric clinic, and she was declined from activity, responsible activity, and now I have task what to do about it. And now I'm thinking, is it possible to be repatriated to Israel? Because before she was not willing to be repatriated to Israel. She was living in Homel, and that is just one of examples how to turn problems into opportunities. But I hope that everything will be well. Thank you so much.
Well, I hope you can get repatriated to Israel too. That would be a wonderful place to live the last part of your life, I'm sure. So our prayers are with you. Yevgeny, what do you have to rejoice in?
Спасибо большое. Спасибо.
Всем добрый день, кому-то ночь.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good night, someone. I would like to rejoice for people who were in retreat, and I saw the most part of attendees of this call that they were in Diamond Mountain, and I'm very rejoicing that they were able to be in Diamond Mountain in person, and I was rejoicing about Katya, Sheila, and Natalia. It was super cool that I saw them there. They were there in videos and in photos, and I'm very happy that I am on this class and I can spread it and record it and spread it.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, I guess that leaves me. I just need to bring something that's disappeared on my screen. There it is. So what do I want to rejoice in how much fun I had at Diamond Mountain, meeting so many students and other people that I don't know from anywhere came up and introduced themselves. So that was very nice. That's getting links. I rejoice in the fact that we may be going to Vietnam to teach, and the White Tara, the 21 Praises Jainong that we're doing in July with the German students. Mr. Bin from Vietnam expressed an interest to join that. So the organizer in Germany is going to work with him to get a mutually conducive time, because it'll be 6 to 9 in the evening. Part of it will be 6 to 9 in the evening for Germany, and that's midnight to 3 in the morning for Vietnam. I don't like putting my students out into difficult time. I don't mind getting up early or whatever. That's not a problem for me. So I hope they can work out a time that's conducive to everybody. So Wheel of Life in June, excuse me, in May. We're doing the Wheel of Life in May for the Russian students. And then we'll do the 21 Praises and White Tara Jainong in July. And I'm having a dear student from England come to visit me in June. So I've got a busy summer. Then I'm doing retreat in August. So.
And for October, can I say a few words so we have it in recording about the retreat in Barcelona?
Oh, sure.
Okay, so I have prepared this screen, so we have.
I don't see anything. Does anybody else see anything?
No, we don't see.
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I think she might have some technical difficulties.
Okay. Well, we'll wait for her. So I'll continue with my rejoicing.
Yes.
It was really fun to meet everybody in person, and especially Katya and Sheila were just a joy to meet and spend time with. Your humor and just joy in living is it's infectious. I really enjoy it. And I will have to figure out some way to get me down to Mexico. I think we'd both like to come and teach. July is pretty well full, so I don't think we can make it in July. But okay, Natalia, if you're ready for
Yes,
sharing, let's try again.
let's try again. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna try and share the screen again if I can, if I may. Probably.
You don't need permission from me, right?
No, I don't need permission from you. But somehow it's not, no, it's not gonna share. Okay, so this October, from October 31st to October 10th, there will be a retreat in Barcelona, Spain, with our teachers, Venerable Sumati and Lama Sarani. And until the end of April, we still have a discounted price early bird special going on. And I want to share, there will be, it's a Heart Sutra retreat with meditations, and you can sign up only for the first part or for the whole retreat, where we will have the silent retreat there as well. So I don't know why I cannot share, but next time I will share, and there will be link under the video as well.
Good, good.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's going to be fun. As Geshe would say, you're a loser if you don't come. I'm kidding. I don't like saying that because that makes people feel bad. But I'm pretty sure we're linking it via Zoom. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because it's an ACI production. So if you can't make it in person, you'll be able to do it. There we go. Now it says 10/11. So the month, it's the day first and the month. Okay, got it. Got it.
Interesting.
Okay.
Can you hear
So
the
it's
video? Oh, you
happening
cannot
and-
hear.
I heard it for a little bit.
Little bit. Let me try it again. I think I didn't do it
Okay.
correctly.
Yeah, there's a little thing you gotta click on before you share.
Share sound. Yes, here we
Yeah.
go. Okay, hopefully this time will be better. Okay, let's try it again.
Everybody, we are really excited to open up the registration for our Heart Sutra retreat. And with the flyer, you received lots of detailed information. Let me just guide you through some key points that might be interesting to you. So it's happening at the end of October until the mid of November in Barcelona, Spain. And our wonderful teachers, Lama Sarani and Venerable Sumati, are going to guide us through the heart of the emptiness teachings of Lord Buddha. They will explain to us in a deep teaching what did Lord Buddha mean when he said your body is empty, your feelings, your ability to discriminate, your awareness, everything is empty. It's a bit cryptic and we need explanation. So we will get this explanation and we will have in the following retreat phase where we are contemplating about it, we will have the chance to dig deeper. How does this relate to my personal life? How am I supposed, with this knowledge, to adjust my behavior so I can plant the karma for getting enlightened as fast as possible? That's the big goal. And we are going for it. You have two different options to join us. So if you can make it possible somehow to stay with us for the full retreat, we are happily welcoming you to stay with us 10 days. Or if you don't have the time or resources, we also will be very happy to have you with us for the 4 days of intense teaching. All of the costs that you see here are calculated just for the bare necessities. We have received a very, very generous donation from Sangha friends covering the ticket costs for the travel of our teachers, which is, thank you so much, such a big help. And we would like to make their stay here in Europe, they are coming from the other side of the globe to us. We would like to make it as easy and smooth as possible, so there are still some travel costs to cover. If you feel drawn, please donate to this to make it possible to see our teachers here in Europe. And also there will be some surprises we haven't thought about before, and to have some pocket money would be easy for us to cover that. So boost your karma with whatever you feel like. There's a small, nice team, private students of Lama Sarani. We are organizing this. We are not professional organizers. We just would like to make everybody accessible this teaching and also the possibility to go into deep retreat with a small group. So either if you know one of us, there is lovely Pia Grass, Luisa Garcia and also Lena Aronov. If you know one of them or me, just contact us in any question you have. We will try to do our best to help you make a good decision for you and make it as easy as possible for you to join us. And of course, you will find the registration information. Please, we are no professional organizers. We won't issue invoices. So it's really within the Sangha and it's really on, confidential basis that we are doing this retreat. So I hope you feel comfortable with that. If you have any questions, just let us know. And we will really, really be happy to see as many of you joining us in Spain in October, November. So thank you so much and have a lovely time. Hope to hear from you soon.
Wow.
Okay.
Couldn't have said it any better. That's great. I think someone said 10 October, 31 October to 10 October. It was 10 November. Just to clarify. Okay, so I hadn't quite finished my rejoicing. What more do I want to rejoice in? Well, I rejoice that I kind of put a closure to a chapter in Diamond Mountain. I was there from the very beginning, and there have been 3 phases. There's been building the retreat center, building the university buildings and the cabins. Then there was doing the retreat. Then there was after the retreat, trying to figure out what we're going to do with it. And now it's fairly clear we're going to have teachings and hopefully long retreats there. So I just kind of felt a closure to my involvement. Not that I won't be coming down and partaking, but it's just, I don't know, it just put everything in perspective. So I was really glad. It's a whole new generation of students, and it's fun to try and help them understand just how much work it was to make Diamond Mountain what it is today. So, and to be part of that, besides meeting Geshe Michael and marrying my lovely wife, the best thing I've done in my life was to build the Diamond Mountain Retreat Center for Geshe Michael and Lama Christie. And one thing I didn't say on the when I was giving my little blurb, I need to thank my lovely wife for her patience with me and supporting me in the long, hard hours I worked. Without her being patient and supporting me, it would not have been possible to get the work done. So that's that. Anything else I want to rejoice in? Oh, I had one more test. I had an echocardiogram done on my heart. I decreased the dosage of one of my medicines because in some people it can cause heart damage. So, nothing, I'm not worried about it. It's just something to know. So I decreased the medicine by 40% with my neurologist's approval. And we waited about 3 months and we just did the test again. And the technician said everything was fine. But they're not supposed to say that. They're not supposed to tell you the results because they're not doctors. But he told me that. So I'm hoping he knew what he was talking about. Because if it's true, then my heart's back to normal, and that's very good news. So, okay. So today we're finally going to get to the retreat poster. I think this will be the culmination of this particular set of teachings. So if you can get your retreat poster available on your screen or in your hands, okay? So we're going to go through it. It's not all that clear to me, some of it, so we'll talk about it and see if we can make it make sense. So we're starting at the bottom. I circled the steps in red because I was having trouble finding them. So you have a copy that's got the red circles on it? Okay. So number 1's a monk. He's carrying a chain in his left hand and a hook in his right hand. The chain is for keeping the attention of the elephant, which is his mind, and the hook is for a hook like that. And when you're on an elephant in India, is to steer them right and left. Number 2 is bringing the mind to the object. That's the first level. You're following the instructions of your Lama and you're trying to remember what the subject object of your meditation is. Number 2, okay, number 2, right, you're bringing your mind back to the object. Number 3 is watchfulness. This is the part that I think is the beginning of problems for many people meditating. Setting aside a portion of your mind to watch the rest of your mind as you meditate. So it's hard to describe that. I think you just simply have to meditate, try to meditate, and try and have a bit of your mind that's watching to see if you're straying from your subject, your object. The first power is learning the instructions. So we learn the instructions. Number 4, you find yourself, you attain the first of the 9 levels. You can keep your mind, you kind of know what's going on with the object. The elephant number 5, is that number 5? Yeah, the elephant number 5 represents your mind. In this case, the color black represents dullness. So this is for the elephant's full, completely colored black. So this is the dullness that you have to fight as you start to meditate. The monkey represents number 6, represents agitation, and which is a good, I think a monkey represents that very well, because monkeys are always doing something, so they're agitated. Attraction toward a desirable object, constant battle between dullness and agitation. The flames, number 7, tongues of flames, they represent the intensity of the power that you need to be on your object. So it's not just cruising along. You've got to work at it. Number 8, this is what's achieved by the different impetus called that contemplation. This is where you gain the second mental state. This is where you're at home, and the impetus is keeping you in your personal practice. So all of this, before we turn the corner, all of this is basically setting up your meditation practice, trying to keep remembering the object that you've been given, watching your mind, trying to watch your mind to see if it's dull or agitated. Initially for me, watching my mind just really means, can I separate part of my mental continuum to watch my mind? So it's your mind watching your mind. And the way I think of that is I think of a security camera that in a building. It's showing you see the building, but a security camera focuses in on one part of the building and makes sure you're aware of that part of the building. So your mind is focusing, just a little bit of your mind is focusing to see if you're thinking about lunch or thinking about going somewhere after lunch. It's giving you information. It's not making a decision. So watchful mind is simply observing, just like a security camera does. Okay. Number 9 is the first of the 4 modes. The first 2 of the 9 levels are achieved by something called conscious, hang on a minute, concentrated effort. With this type of effort, you get to the first and second level. They're like a fly at first and then a bit longer. The fly analogy is, or mosquito analogy. The mosquitoes land, maybe suck your blood, fly away. Mosquito flies will fly in, fly all over so that you can't catch them. So that represents your mind is coming in, landing like a mosquito or a fly on your object for just a brief, sometimes a brief number of seconds. And then it flies off, then it comes back and it flies off. So this is where you're getting your first taste of the problems of meditation. It's uncomfortable at first. You're not achieving what your goal is, but you have to start somewhere. And this is where you start. You just have to be able to want to focus your mind and stay on your object. So here's clarity refers to attention. The quality of attention. Is your mind fully engaged and fresh? Like when you're reading a good book and you stay up late at night? You are succeeding in fighting the dullness here, because clarity would be the opposite of dullness. Dullness is you kind of zoned out, whereas clarity goes, I'm meditating on the source of all my good. I'm on the first stanza. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to try and remember the next stanza, etc. Dullness would be more along the lines of, oh, I'm doing the source of all my good. I don't really remember the first stanza. Whereas when you're fighting dullness, it's okay, I'm doing the source of all my good. Here's the first stanza, that kind of difference. On number 11, you're fighting agitation. So number 11, I have to mention, as you're making progress, you see the top of the elephant's head and the top of the monkey's head is turned white. that means that for the elephant that you're dispelling dullness, and for the monkey you're dispelling agitation. Then you come up to the flames again. Yeah, the elephant's head is white, and the monkey's head is starting to change to white as well. So keep track of that as we go through the chart. You'll see that the elephant and the monkey change color. And the flames are there again between 10 and 12. You see the flames. That's the energy of meditating. Number 12, the power brings the mind back to the object. This allows you to gain the third and fourth mental states. 13, keep your mind on the object with patches, where you lose the object, but you're mainly on it. Now, I'm not sure why on the chart 10 and 11 are where they are, and then you go back to 12 and 13, but that's okay. So this is the key point that Geshe makes. You have to have a meditation object that excites you. It doesn't mean don't meditate on something that's boring, but it means whatever you pick to meditate on, believe it to be exciting. The Heart Sutra, oh, that's kind of boring. But when you think, if I understand the Heart Sutra, I'm going to get better at meditation and I'm going to make progress on my path. So, yeah, I like the Heart Sutra. That's going to be a great object to meditate on. Now, it's a little harder for me to fire up on emptiness, but I think the Heart Sutra is a good one to put in perspective that it's difficult, but you want to learn it. Okay. So number 13, you've gone from mostly off the object now to mostly on. It's still not solid on, but you're getting to the point where you're spending more time on the object than off. So let's go to 14. 14, you can't really tell, but there's a rabbit on the back of the elephant. The difference between obvious and subtle dullness is represented by the rabbit. The rabbit is black and starts to turn white. Gross dullness, you use the object and you're almost falling asleep. So if you eat a lot of heavy food and try to meditate, you'll understand gross dullness. So you have my permission to go have a big dinner of pancakes, then try and meditate. And you'll find out that you'd rather be asleep. Now, after I've had a big plate of pancakes, you know what I do? I have another big plate of pancakes. Not really. I don't. I'm trying to lose some weight. But see, part of my problem as a teacher is I enjoy seeing my students laugh. So I tell silly stories. Anyway, so subtle dullness. Subtle dullness is basically you're not turned on by the meditation. You're not excited by the meditation. So you need to psych up. You need to become enthusiastic about meditation. That's why we approach it in short increments. A 5-minute meditation done well is so much more worth the effort than a 20-minute meditation done poorly. And only you can be the judge of that. But don't be too hard on yourself. Agitation is what you do right after you finish meditating. If you jump right up and do things quickly as you can, then you've been planning during your meditation. Subtle agitation is thinking about lunch. Now, I must admit, I'm pretty sure I can say this. Food, I like to eat, but food's not the most important. Well, that's not true. Chocolate's pretty important. But foods, now that I have virtually no taste, well, let me rephrase that. I've been accused of having no taste, but that's before I had Parkinson's. Now I really don't have any taste. Although some things come through. Every once in a while I'll get a whiff of something and realize I can still smell. That's an interesting meditation in itself. Why can I smell some things and not others? Well, in the past, I did something that I liked and something I didn't like and imposed that on somebody else. And now that's being imposed on me in an apparently random way. Okay, so we talked about, notice the elephant is turning white, and so is the monkey. The monkey on 15, where's 15? If you look down at the monkey on 15, his head is white and he's looking back. That represents the ability to both tell when your mind is wandering and to refocus it. I don't know if any of you have seen the Wizard of Oz movie, the original Wizard of Oz movie. That monkey reminds me of the Munchkins. Okay, next. That was monkey turning back. 16. By now you're maintaining the mind tightly on the object. The conch shell represents aromas or fragrances that could be distracting. Geshe mentions that this is, to him, maybe the most important distraction because there's little you can do about it. The smell of, if you're meditating in the fall and the smell of smoke comes in through the window and that reminds you of a fire, what can you do about it? You'd have to close the room up completely. The aroma of food cooking, obviously I don't have to worry about either of these because I don't smell anything anymore. So maybe it'll make my meditations better. Okay, where are we here? 15, 16, maintaining the mind tightly on the object. Okay, fragrances that could be distracting. Number 17, you have very strong watchfulness. Monkey that is turning white, that means agitation is, lack of agitation is getting, your control over agitation is getting better. Number 19 has a monkey grabbing fruit in a tree. And he's searching for a second fruit. This is a special kind of distraction when you think about a virtuous object. You have to remember, thinking about a virtuous object while you're trying to meditate is still a distraction. You're not supposed to be planning your future while you meditate. So you don't want to be, if you catch your watchful mind, will say, okay, you're thinking about the water system, stop it. Get back to your object, which is maybe emptiness. So you catch yourself thinking about the virtuous object, even though it's virtuous. That's something I think we should maybe talk about a little bit. I have a vow not to cause someone to think a virtuous deed was wrong. And I had a problem with that when we first started helping at Diamond Mountain West during Geshe's retreat. I was asked how I thought the first quiet retreat teaching went. And if you ask me my opinion, I'll give it to you. I'll be nice about it, but I'll give it to you. Because I figure you wouldn't have asked me if you weren't interested. So I think I've told you the story, but I like it, so I'm going to tell it again. So I handed in, and some people after the next day are pretty mad at me. I don't know what I did. I just critiqued the retreat. Well, what I did was at the beginning, I said, here's what I didn't like about the retreat. And then below it, I said, here's what I liked about the retreat. There was much more I liked than what I didn't like. My mistake was putting the negative first, because that immediately turned the people reading it into defensive. well, he didn't like it. Why do I care what he has to say? He didn't like what we did, and we really liked it. So instead, in the future, I write to compliment at the beginning, and then I gently say something like, one thing that was a bit distracting, at least to me, instead of saying it was distracting to everybody, at least to me, was this or that. And if they get upset at that, then they shouldn't have sent the critique, the questionnaire around. I was, when I first became a boss, supervisor in the lab I was working in, about 3 months into my tenure as lab manager, I gave all my technicians a questionnaire. And they had questions like, do I bother you during your analyses? Are my instructions not clear, and things like that. And I got them back, and everybody slammed me for sticking my nose in all the time to see how they were doing. They thought I was checking up on them. I was just going in and asking them questions about the equipment because I wanted to know more. I wasn't attacking them in any way. So the point of this is you have to be careful when someone asks you for criticism or your opinion. Try and describe your opinion the way you'd want to have someone hear you say it to you. So by reversing the order, you get the person to hear sweet words. And then at the end, you don't say, but what you guys really did poorly was this. You say, I don't know about the rest of the people. Maybe they all liked it, but I didn't. Or I think you could do better here. So I need to remember that when the interpreters say, slow down, you're speaking too fast. I need to remember they're not attacking me personally. They're trying to make it so the rest of the students will understand. So I need to be careful. I don't get mad at the translators. I'm in awe of all the translators, especially Jackie, because she has to translate into Australian. Jackie, as a digression, before we left Australia in 1968, I got a copy of a book that was called Let's Talk Strine. And it was about Australian slang. It was really funny. I don't know what I did with that. Okay, so we're back on the number 17, your very strong watchfulness. Number 18, agitation is losing its power. You can see that the monkey is now almost a third white. Dullness is losing its power because the elephant is now mostly white. Number 19, a monkey is grabbing a fruit. The text says is reaching for a second fruit, which is, okay, this is the distraction of a virtuous object. There's a third distraction, that uplifting the heart, praising yourself for virtuous things you've done, helps to remedy. And this is where rejoicing comes in. It's a wonderful practice to rejoice. And you have to remember, you're not rejoicing that, oh, I did something really special. You're rejoicing that you're setting the seeds to see something ripen in the future that you want. We were having a discussion today in another class. We got on the past is your present and the present is your future. I really strongly believe that has to be something you think about all the time, all day, every day. It's as important as thinking it's trying to catch yourself, seeing things are self-existent. I like that exercise also. So if you run out of things to be thankful for, go back as far as you can and think about the first person who was a teacher, try and remember their name. We have a tradition in schools here, at least there used to be, where you'd get a group picture of the school, of the class at the beginning of that particular year of school. So I've got 4 or 5, well, maybe more than that. Well, I guess 4 or 5 pictures of classmates. And we had the same classmates pretty much through till junior high. My girlfriend's name was Patty Scott. And it turns out, now this is coincidence, or is it karma? So Patty Scott, I was upset. No, I didn't stalk her, but I really liked her. And that's a long, sordid story. She didn't treat me very well, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm going to try and remember to find a picture of my picture of going to the senior prom with Patty. I'll see if I can find that. I think you guys would get a kick out of it. Anyway, so back to the subject, Patty Scott. Oh, my brother-in-law is an MD. One of my brothers-in-laws married my oldest sister. He went to medical school with Patty Scott's future husband. So my oldest sister knows Patty Scott better than I do. And I'm the guy who took her out on dates. I just think that's pretty funny. Oh, I shared with you, didn't I share with you, you two, Katya and Sheila, that I knew David Scott? Yeah, that's Patty Scott's brother. Yeah. I remember him telling me a story about one of the first marathons, Ironmans he run and won, that he had his competitor was running alongside him, and there was a TV van, and they were running behind the TV van, and his competitor started to pass the TV van, and David went on the other side and sprinted. So when the guy got past the van and saw David again, he was way up here instead of even with the guy, his competitor. And that apparently blew the competitor away. And that's one of the reasons David won the first Ironman. He was a really incredible athlete. Not a very good basketball player, but a really incredible athlete. Okay. Let me see. Okay, let's do a very short meditation. So get comfortable. Get my timer here. Okay. First, let's watch our breath. 2 rounds of 10, and I'll do the counting. Okay. Come to the golden room. It's been a while since we've done this meditation, so visualize yourself in a cabin on the side of a mountain. Beautiful golden sunlight coming down into the room. That beam of light is illuminating you. You feel the warmth from the sunlight. Look across the valley to the mountains on the other side of the valley. Enjoy the beauty of the scene. It's a beautiful blue sky. The beautiful trees and the fall colors. Closer to your cabin is a meadow with lots of flowers. Now bring your mind back into the room and ask your teacher to come and sit with you. Feel their eyes looking at your eyes. Try to get in touch with the corner of your mind which is watching to see if your mind's getting dull or agitated. Try to get in touch with this watchfulness, the feeling in your mind that part of your mind is watching the rest of your mind. You'll use that little corner of mind to monitor your meditation and be able to see if you're getting dullness or you're getting agitation or you don't have clarity or you don't have fixation. These terms are difficult to put into words. You'll understand them as you do your meditation. Okay, come back to the room. Relax. Okay, so now let me scroll we're at 21, 20, 19, 20. We're at 21 to 22, controlling the mind. You have much better control over your subtle dullness and agitation. You see the elephant's all white, the monkey's gone. The monk doesn't have the chain or the hook in his hand anymore. So by 24, you've completely quieted the mind. Here, the fact that the elephant is almost all white and a monkey as well represents your ability to engage in one-point concentration in an interrupted stream. If you apply just a little bit of effort, you can engage in your watchfulness of mind and make sure that agitation does not interrupt your meditation. So by 24, 25, 26, 27, we're in pretty good shape. 26, we achieve single pointedness. 27, complete habituation to our situation. 28, reaching deep meditation. 29, achieving quietude. Let me see if I can get the screen. There we go. 29, achieving quietude. 30, physical meditative pleasure. 31, mental meditative pleasure. 32, special insight and quietude married together, focusing on emptiness. And 33 is the path of habituation. So this is complicated in many ways. I personally don't find it to be very helpful, but some people have more of a visual experience like this, a visual way to comprehend. And I guess I probably do as well. It's easier to think of my meditation as a path I'm progressing on than just sitting there as a lump on a log. That's pretty much the poster. We'll be meditating more during the classes, and I'll try and remember to bring some of these subjects up as we're meditating. So what we're going to do is we're going to start meditate LamRim number 3 next class. And well, actually, it's going to take me a little while to prepare that. I would like to suggest that we start class for LamRim 3. Let me look at my calendar. Okay, it's the 23rd now. Oh. Let's start up again. This will give me a chance to transcribe Geshe's classes. Let's start up again on the 8th of May, because on the 3rd of May, I'm going to be on my way to New Mexico. So if it'll be all right with you guys, let's start on this, not the 8th, the 7th of May. That'll be a Tuesday. We'll start up again. And if I've recovered from my birthday is May 6th. I'm going to be 71, and Tony Blair, the Prime Minister of Britain back in the day, is the same age as I am. Ayatollah Khomeini was born on May 6th. The actor George Clooney was born on May 6th. Yeah. And Willie Mays, he was a famous baseball player. My brother, who is very much a baseball nut, was really mad at me because my birthday was the same as Willie Mays's. And he kept telling me it wasn't true. And I kept holding the baseball card I had, says, see, it is true. He wanted to get it and rip it up, but I didn't let him. Now, of course, I didn't save that. That's probably worth a lot of money now. But okay, I'm going to do this right now in front of everybody so that there's no excuse that I spaced on it. Whoops. I hope you all didn't disappear. There we go. Okay, my calendar. There. Come on. Okay. I need to go to the month of May. There we go. Okay, Tuesday. Okay, I'm adding to that LamRim. Whoops, I'm supposed to be editing this. I just want to do this and you'll hear me do it. So if I say I didn't and don't remember, you can say I'm getting old. Well, I am getting old, but that's another story. Okay, LamRim 3. Okay. So as I've told my other classes, students, if you have questions during the time we're not together, please write. I'm happy to try and help. The Sumati address is the one I prefer you write to. Sumati, it's Sumati dec20@gmail.com. What are you frowning, Sheila? What's the problem?
I have the other mail, but I'm going to.
Well, you can if you want to email me at dcarlstumpf@gmail.com, that's fine. Doesn't matter. They all forward to the D. Carl Stumpf email anyway. So, but you're not going to be bothering me. I enjoy trying to answer your questions, and if I can't, then I'll let you know, and I'll ask one of you to answer it for me. So, thank you all for your patience with these classes. The meditation is a tough subject to teach because it's so self-experiential, but I gave it my best shot, and we'll carry on from there. Okay, let's do a dedication. With the wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I achieve full enlightenment. Filled with wisdom and compassion today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind for full awakening for the benefit of all living beings. Now there's another one that I haven't said in a long time. Let's see if I can remember it. May I free those who have yet to be freed. May I save those who have yet to be saved. May I comfort those with no comfort. And may I bring all beings beyond grief. And to do all that, I need to become enlightened as soon as possible. Okay. Love you all. Look forward to seeing you on the 7th. And I'll let you know how my birthday went.
Yeah. Thank you, Lama Sumati.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a beautiful day. Thank you, dear friends. Wonderful to see your shoe shelf in the Diamond Mountain Temple.
No. Oh, I know. Svetlana, we need to stay on and talk a little bit about the Wheel of Life.
Yes.
Okay. So what's the drill on Wheel of Life? Do we have anybody signed up? You haven't really put anything out yet, have you?